Hello, I'm Dango Rose. Welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast, where everybody's listening. The Mountaineer brings you the latest news of the peak-to-peak region, in print, online, through our podcast, social media, and special publications. Now, listen in to the latest news of the area with our local journalists.
This is the Mountaineer Podcast, and I'm Maryann Rosen, bringing you history, lore, or stories from or about the mountains you live in. It's been a while, but stories are back. In this chronicle, the history of Nederland and what makes Ned special is the topic. A month ago, in the early morning hours of October 9th, a horrific fire spread through the Caribou Village shopping center, destroying approximately 18 to 20 businesses, or at least the buildings housing them, as some are already rising from the ashes. In homage to this amazing mountain town, following is the history of the town and what makes it resilient and unique. Located in the foothills of southwest Boulder County at 8,236 feet of elevation and with a population of approximately 1,500, Nederland's motto is "Life is better up here," and that is certainly true. Nederland is east of the Indian Peaks Wilderness within Roosevelt National Forest. The Continental Divide passes through the wilderness 8 miles away. The town has an alpine subarctic climate due to its altitude. Summer days are warm, but nights are cool and frost is possible even in midsummer. Snowfall is actually possible most of the year, and it can be very windy. Ned is located 17 miles west of Boulder and 47 miles northwest of Denver. Outdoor activities abound: hiking, backpacking, rock climbing, mountain biking, fishing, birding, and skiing at nearby Eldora Mountain are only some of the options one has. Although all of the aforementioned make Ned a uniquely beautiful mountain town, it is the history and the people that make Ned the town that it is. The area was originally inhabited by the Ute and Arapaho tribes, who used the glacier-formed valley for hunting and foraging. Trappers looking for beaver pelts found their way to the area in the early 1800s. With its relatively flat area, good water supply, and ample wildlife, the valley was an attractive place for early settlers. The town became a trading post between Ute indigenous peoples and European settlers around 1850, when modern Nederland came into fruition. The first white homesteaders who settled here gave the town a variety of names. First known as Dayton, then Brownsville, and in 1871, when the first post office was founded, it was called Middle Boulder, after the creek that ran through the village. The town's first economic boom came when minerals such as silver and gold were discovered around the area. In 1871, Abel Breed bought the silver-rich Caribou mine and decided to bring his ore from Caribou Hill to the, quote, warmer, end quote, climate of Middle Boulder for milling. It was also the same year that the Boulder Canyon Road was completed, though it did take almost 40 more years before the first auto, the Stanley Steamer, would make the difficult trip up the hill from Boulder in 1910. In 1873, Breed sold the Caribou mine to the mining company Nederland from Holland. Breed's Caribou Mill in Middle Boulder became known among the miners as the Netherlands, meaning lowland, which it was compared to the town of Caribou at 10,000 feet elevation. When the town was officially incorporated in 1874, the people chose Nederland as the new name. The caribou mines declined, however, and the Dutch company left a few years later. By the late 19th century, there was little ore to be milled, and Ned became a ghost town with only a handful of families living there year-round. Unlike many other ghost towns, however, Nederland did not stay one. A second mining boom occurred just after the turn of the century. Sam Conger, who had discovered the Caribou silver mine, began mining tungsten. The Primos Mining and Milling Company in Ned was the largest tungsten mining company in the world, and Conger Mine was the world's deepest tungsten mine at 991 feet deep. By 1916, Ned had a population of nearly 3,000. During this time, one was also able to travel to Ned by train, car, or Stanley steamer. When mines declined again, cabins in the area became summer homes for Front Range people with money. Nederland kept itself alive for the next couple of decades by encouraging small mines, farming, ranching, and tourism, with visitors picnicking at the new Barker Reservoir. It also became a summer getaway for the rich. In the 1940s, the demand for tungsten picked up again during World War II. When tungsten mining once again declined, Nederland needed to once again reinvent itself. In the 1960s, Nederland became a haven for hippies who brought with them a vibrant music scene, which still remains to this day. A new lifestyle became part of the Sleepy Valley. The Caribou Ranch studio opened in the area in the 1970s. The recording studio was built in an old barn and became a popular destination for many iconic musicians, including Elton John, Chicago, Steely Dan, Billy Joel, Dan Fogelberg, and Joni Mitchell, among many, many others. Along with the Pioneer Inn and other venues, Ned became a hub for music. Even now, the area creates a perfect locale for musicians and bands, including those like Elephant Revival, Yonder Mountain String Band, Incident, Leftover Salmon, whose bands all have roots here. By the 1990s, Nederland's population had grown quite a bit. The downtown area was spruced up. The town found ways to attract tourists, but also to encourage local residents to spend their dollars in town instead of down the hill in Boulder. As the 21st century began, the town's population leveled out. However, new attractions, a new fire station, and library gelled Ned as a hub of the peak-to-peak area. All of these rebirths were brought about by the town's resilience and the people and community. Today, the town is a beautiful, thriving, strong, close-knit mountain community, and it is those attributes that make Ned special. A mix of its tough mining history and its hippie narrative, along with its community, music, art, and outdoor recreation. The town is such a notable place and one that I truly love. I asked a few people what they thought made Nederland special, in general, and to them. Barbara Hart, the managing editor of the Mountain Ear and co-owner of Brightwood Music, which lost its space and everything in the fire, but has since reopened in a new space, had this to say. What makes Ned special in general is the community. We all come from so many different backgrounds and have so many amazing community events because we are always open to new things. For me, the way the community comes together when tragedy happens is the most amazing part. I've always been on the side of helping others. This is the first time I've needed help. The support and love from every direction is incredible. There is no better place to be, and we are exceptionally resilient. The Mountaineer's Jamie Lammers grew up in the area and went to school in Nederland. When asked what made the town so special, he said this: "Nederland has given me a home away from home. Growing up with a tight-knit community in a town steeped with history and natural beauty has rooted me in a place that I can always come back to for a sense of security and familiarity. I would not be the person I am today without Nederland, a small town that has built itself as a mountain haven." Though not living there now, but having spent half of his adult life living in the Nederland area, and being a founding member of the band Elephant Revival with its roots in the town, Dango Rose had this to say: "Nederland is such a special place because of the community support that feels like family. Just the pure notion that it's been able to keep out business chains and franchises is astounding. The Lakeview Shopping Center was an essential part to the lifeblood of the town, where small business owners supported each other to keep the cultural flavor of Nederland alive. The music community, ever since the days of Caribou, has been so incredibly supportive of local musicians and bands getting their start in the scene. The town's proximity to Boulder and Denver International Airport makes it so Nederland has been connected to local, national, and international markets of the music industry. If I was ever to get back out on the road full time, I would return to Nederland in a heartbeat. My heart goes out to all the small business owners and citizens of the town that have lost so much because of the fire." Nederland has always been and continues to be a unique and remarkable place, and they will once again find a way to move forward. Until the next time. Listen in next time to the Mountain Ear Podcast for more mountain history, lore, or stories. I'm Maryann Rosen. Thank you for listening.
And that's it for our show. Subscribe online to get more access to more news, weekly updates to our community calendar, and a link to our YouTube channel by visiting themountaineer.com. Be sure to use the coupon code PODCAST when subscribing for a 10% discount, only available to our listeners. If you are in the local Peak-to-Peak area, be sure to pick up a print edition of The Mountaineer at a local business. I'm Dango Rose. Thank you for listening.